Welcome fans once again to another edition of Culture Shock Wrestling Viral. I'm your host Mike Roycroft, along with my special guest co-host once again. Pleased to have him here, the Zulu Warrior Marcus Gibbs.
Harambe!
Yes indeed, we have an action-packed show for you today. We are going to see my usual co-host Brian Caige in action today. He's going to be taking on the newcomer Chris Brackin.
Chris Brackin, well-read in the ring, well-versed in many styles, traveled the country, lower 48. This should be an interesting matchup tonight.
Indeed. Before we go to the ring for that match, though, we want to cover some events as it relates to the new CSW Internet Viral title. You may remember that Chuck Diamond won that championship in a three-way match against Darius Kane and Ghetto Brown. His first title defense was against Victor Crew.
Yes.
Chuck Diamond coming out on top of that match with Victor Crew, but to everybody's surprise, who comes to the ring but the man who did not get pinned, did not submit in the three-way match, Ghetto Brown, asking for a title match right then and there with Chuck Diamond. Chuck Diamond perhaps letting his pride get the better of his discretion. Ghetto Brown coming on like a house of fire and hitting the G9 on Chuck Diamond. Very devastating maneuver. It was good enough for him to get the pinfall and the championship. Your new viral champion is Ghetto Brown.
Absolutely.
Not only that, we understand Chuck Diamond, as a result of that, sustained a very serious concussion. Doctors are not going to clear him to wrestle anytime in the near future. That has left CSW management scrambling to find a suitable challenger to replace him at the next Thanks Beating show.
Well, you know, I'm not doing anything that night, so maybe I could get a shot at that. You know, the Viral title's prestigious championship is the championship that's always seen on the television shows. It's the equivalent of a television championship. You know, the time limits, the whole nine. And those are always the champions that, I guess, how you say it?
Get the most exposure.
Get the most exposure. Those are the workhorse champions. Those are the champions that would carry the TV shows, you know, in just regular wrestling tradition. So I'm looking forward to carrying on tradition of wrestling.
Well, there you go. Marcus Gibbs certainly has the credentials to challenge for that title. We'll see what happens. I'm sure there's a long line of people vying for a shot at Ghetto Brown's viral title.
Oh, yes.
He is no longer the hunter. He is the hunted. We'll see how that turns
That's
out.
a mighty big target on his back, Magic.
Indeed. In the meantime, we want to take you to the ring for our big match today. It is Brian Caige versus Chris Brackin.
Wait.
What? Harambe!
Marcus Gibbs, we are about to see quite a clash of titans here. Coming through the curtain, newcomer to CSW, and Chris Brackin, but I understand that he's certainly not a newcomer to the business, eh, Marcus?
Oh, he's no first-day kid, Magic Mike. This guy, along with a few others, are well-traveled around the United States, lower 48. They did what you call a cram session in their short time in the business. They've learned a lot. They know a lot. So this should be an interesting matchup tonight.
Well, he's going to have his hands full here with the former multi-champion, Brian Caige, Store of the Year, making his big entrance.
This should be an interesting matchup, Magic.
I think Brackin might have a slight height advantage and
probably a weight advantage,
probably
too.
a little weight advantage, but for the most part, they're pretty evenly matched up size-wise. It's going to be a matter of experience, and as you say, with his traveling around, Brackin may have a few more tricks up his sleeve.
And possibly matched up hair shampoo style. Well, let's get serious for a moment. Let's get into this match here now. But yeah, they're matched up, skill-wise, speed-wise, strength-wise, possibly.
Both men certainly no shortage of ego here, as we see just by their ring entrances.
All right.
The battle of alpha males definitely wanting to get the better of one another. We will see how this proceeds.
Yeah, we're moments away.
Warily circle each other for the lockup here.
Oh, easy lockup. They're testing the waters. Oh, right into the chain.
Very good wrist lock there by Chris Brackin.
Headlock
Caige
takeover.
taking him over. Reversal into a head scissors.
Oh, he's holding him in there. He knows about that neck.
Brian Caige going to have to fight his way around this for sure. Chris Brackin not letting him take it easy for a second here. there's definitely still a tentativeness in the air between these two. I don't believe they've ever faced each other before.
No, they haven't, but I know they've gotten wind of each other. They've studied each other somewhere down the road between the years, you know. So this is adding up to be one of those classic matchups.
Nice waistlock takedown by Brian Caige. Brackin reversing it into an armbar again. Focusing on that arm.
Trying to maintain the arms. If you can control a man's arm, you can control his body.
Caige looking for a way out, and he is stuck at the moment. Brackin obviously a very tenacious competitor.
Clubbing shot to the shoulder blade, working that arm.
Not just going to let a guy slip out of anything. He's going to have to work for it here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got it.
Tries to shoot him off the ropes. Brackin, again, the tenaciousness, holds on to that arm bar. The longer he holds on, twists that thing in directions it's not supposed to go, the more damage he can do, obviously. That would be a strategy.
Yeah, working an arm defeats a lot of things like body slams, clotheslines, even punches. It can do a mass effect to those.
Forearms by Brian Caige finally breaks it up. Brackin reverses him into the ropes. Misses a clothesline.
Oh.
Beautiful kick there by Brian Caige.
Right to the mush.
Oh, big body slam by Brian Caige.
That's the effect of the arm. Right there.
Yep. Caige getting the better of things when it goes into a bit of a brawl style, whereas Brackin was maintaining control when it was mat wrestling there.
Smart move on Brackin. He tried to, he bought himself some time outside in the ring, telegraphed Caige, and slid back in there and bought himself even more time. He could even buy himself a count out.
Indeed. There's a reason they call those high-risk maneuvers, and the risk did not pay off this time for Brian Caige. You mentioned earlier about scouting each other out. I'm sure Brackin has seen that somewhere down the road in the past from Brian Caige and was looking out for it. And now he's going right to work on that back.
Oh, those punches.
Ah,
devastating.
big uppercut there. Catching him right on the chin, into the gut.
You know, Mike, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a Golden Gloves boxer.
Certainly effective on Brian Caige at the moment. Elbow to the face.
That was a good stiff one.
Right on the jaw. Big leg drop. Chris Brackin asserting himself well here.
He didn't quite have that cover though. You got to put both shoulders on the mat.
CSW obviously the place to be. People from all over watching us here on Viral. They want to get in on the action.
They certainly do.
Chris Brackin certainly has that on his mind as well. And what better way to make a splash on Viral than to defeat
body
the Viral
check.
co-host, Brian Caige. Knees into the corner now.
Was the knees right into the solar plexus right there. That's one of the staples of our business. You got to have some good abs. You weaken the abs, you weaken the man.
Nice kick there, taking the momentum away of Chris Brackin by Brian Caige. Big forearm into the corner. Snapmares him down.
Boom!
Off the second rope. Big impact there. Let's see if this does it. Not enough to put Chris Brackin away.
Oh, what was that? That must have been some foul play there. Looked like a finger poke.
Now, putting the pressure on.
Back working that neck. It's one of those things you got to always watch out for. You never want to wrestle with a hurt neck.
Also going after that back that had to be injured from that missed maneuver over the top rope.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Brackin covering all his bases here, working over Brian Caige, and thus far it's been very effective.
Oh, devastating body slam.
Jarring the spine of Brian Caige. Now comes down with an elbow. We'll see if this puts him away. 2.5. Brackin showing some frustration, but Brian Caige showing the effects of the punishment he has taken in this match.
Yeah, you don't want to be arguing with the referee while the guy's making his way back to his feet.
Indeed.
It's a good way to get a mistake made.
Not sure if Caige might have underestimated Chris Brackin a bit coming into this.
Oh, right into a snapmare. Controlling him by his neck.
Also taking the wind out from Brian Caige. Chris Brackin thoroughly in control at this point. Certainly making a good impression for himself here on Culture Shock Wrestling Viral, Marcus.
Yep, Brackin's using all 230 pounds of his weight on the back of that neck. Last place you want it to be is on your neck.
Caige trying to rally back. Elbows and shots to the midsection of Chris Brackin. Big spine buster. Textbook perfect there. And rolls it right over into single-legged Boston Crab. And this may be it. He's got him right in the center of the ring there. Nowhere to go for Chris Brackin.
We could see a tap out here, Mike. We could just see one.
Can't count Brian Caige out. Just when it seems you got him beat down, he will come out of nowhere with a move like this.
No, you can't. Especially after a spine buster into a Boston Crab.
Brackin getting to the ropes. Caige making full use of the 5 count, as he is well known to do. Now looking to keep his momentum going. Still, obviously suffering the lingering effects of the punishment he's taken.
Oh, here he goes. He's getting ready to capitalize on something. You've seen this before. Fire up. Lift off. There it goes in the outer space. He's in outer space right now, Magic Mike.
Certainly has him dazed.
He sees Jupiter and Mars.
Caige now looking to finish him off. We've seen this move before, too.
While he's seeing the other planets, he might send him into another galaxy.
Deathlock surfboard maneuver. Brian Caige. And
Boom.
ends with a curb
There you
stomp
go.
right to the mat.
I don't think he knows where he's at right now, Mike.
Brian Caige looking to scramble the brains of Chris Brackin a little more here.
Maybe the ref should stop this match. He's taking a lot of trauma to the face. Oh,
Caige
there's some resilience.
setting him up now.
He's getting back to his feet.
Caige snapmares him, takes him to the mat. And it looks like he's going to go for that big second rope elbow.
Right to the
Perfect
sternum.
landing right there in the middle of the chest, as you say, Marcus. Let's see if he'll get a 3 count here.
Oh,
Chris Brackin showing his toughness, kicking out of all that punishment he's taken.
First
What's
you
he
see
going to have to do to turn the momentum around, Marcus?
yeah, he's seeing stars and he can't breathe. He's got that big elbow to the chest. Oh,
Nice.
desperation.
Back to the arm, too. There's a strategy at work here by Chris Brackin. And it has paid off for him in what was about to be his darkest hour in this match.
Sometimes you don't need to fly around. Sometimes you just need to pick a body part and dissect it slowly.
Indeed. Everybody has their own style, and at the moment, Chris Brackin's style, his strategy, is working very well for him. He's got Brian Caige grounded again after a pretty long flurry of offense there.
Caige is keeping his fingers stiff, letting everybody know he's still alive. That's a good strategy to have.
Bending that arm back behind his head. Will Brian Caige tap out? He is not in a good position here.
Okay, the people is helping him get his momentum. They're rallying behind Caige. Sometimes you just need somebody in your corner behind you, get behind you to get you going.
Caige in the right position there to use
Big
his momentum.
clothesline.
And now, hey! Oh, you got to be
What is
kidding
that?
me!
Oh, I
Mike
see him.
Metal. He is suspended. He is not supposed to be in this facility, and here he comes again.
Where is security, Mike?
I think Lane Smart took all of security out last time
That's
around.
unfortunate.
Oh, Brackin
Oh.
using the distraction, and he
Blue
hits his
Thunder
finisher.
Blue Thunder Driver.
Blue Thunder Driver by Chris Brackin, and he gets the victory. And of course,
Where
it doesn't
is
look like
security?
Mike Metal
Somebody-
is finished.
Somebody get a hold of security. There's a madman in the ring.
Oh, big suplex there by Mike Metal, who technically doesn't even work here at the moment. He is suspended, and now he's going to choke out Brian Caige. I can tell you from experience that is not a good feeling at all.
Oh, no. That is the Kata Hajime. It's
How is he getting in the
famous move in
building?
judo.
Everybody here knows he's suspended.
There is no police authority or nothing in Mossy Head. Where is the security?
Somebody from the back really needs to come out and stop this. This is ridiculous. This man is
We
not
need
supposed to
send
be
some
in the
people out there to
building.
break it up.
You see referee
Okay.
David Sr. trying to help out referee Tiny here.
Okay, a few guys from the
Here
back
we
just
go.
broke it up. Yeah.
Let's go to the replay on this. You see Brian Caige once again distracted by Mike Metal, just as he was recently against Street Bandit. And like Street Bandit, Chris Brackin moves in,
Very
takes
unfortunate.
advantage of that Blue Thunder driver. Very good-looking maneuver there, and it's good enough to put Caige out for the 1-2-3. Your winner, Chris Brackin, and surely the winner of some more obnoxious bragging rights, Mike Metal, who really ought to be let out of this building in handcuffs as far as I'm concerned.
He should be locked up somewhere, Mike. I agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, Chris.
Marks gives a very hard-fought match, but somewhat tainted by the presence of the suspended Mike Metal. How are we going to get a grip on this situation?
We might have to hire some more security, get more referees, probably get more of the junior wrestlers in there to break those things up. I wouldn't advise it, but we got to do something. Maybe call the police.
Maybe some deodorant. That'll keep them away.
Probably.
In any event, we do want to tell you about our next event, another event that hopefully we won't be seeing Mike Metal at. That's November 23rd, Saturday night, the Mossy Head Community Center. Thanks Beatings is the name of the event, and you are going to see Nathan Beast defend his CSW title for the very first time against the inaugural CSW Heavyweight Champion, Chris Todd.
Chris Ty, I've been in the ring with him. He's called the definition of technician. There's different eras of wrestling, and in our era, the indie era of the Gulf Coast, he's definitely on his way to being a legend towards the end of this era.
And of course, on the flip side of that, you got Nathan Beast, a brand new champion, really wants to prove himself, cement his own legacy here in the area. What better way to do that than to defeat the first CSW champion, Chris Todd? We will see that at Thanks Beating. Another match that has been signed as a result of the Formula One champion Lucha LaCrua demanding it. We saw these events on the last episode of Viral. Lane Smart goes one-on-one with the Formula One champion Lucha LaCrua.
Lucha LaCrua, one of the toughest junior heavyweights in our area, and this is a true testament to his toughness, the testing. Going up against one of the meanest heavyweights in our area, Lane Smart. He's hardcore, he's mean, he's brutal, he does not care about his own health, let alone someone else's, so we should see how this will add up.
Those two matches alone worth the price of admission. And of course, CSW management continues to sign more matches. We will keep you in the loop on that in future episodes to come. But in the meantime, thank you once again, Marcus Gibbs, the Zulu Warrior, for helping me out today. I'm Mike Roycroft. We'll see you next time.